Hi guys,
Welcome to Stories
the Carry Podcast, episode 3. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. We really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you for the likes, the sharing, the comments. Thank you for the love, guys.
Continue to subscribe and like and share with your family and friends. We are very proud of the community we are creating, and we hope you are also getting some value in this podcast. So today, as you can see in the title, we are talking about the bags we packed
and the ones we didn't. Yes. So when relocating, you pack your bags, the literal bag
and the emotional bags.
Yes. So that's what this episode is all about. Yes. We are going to tell you about what we packed
and what we hoped that we should have picked.
Yes, like the Shona proverb that says, "Chengawose
mananga pana risina motsi."
Yes,
exactly.
So we packed all our clothes.
Yes, all the emotions, the fear, the hope that wherever you're relocating to, it's going to be a success, I guess. Yes. So today, that is what we're going to be talking about. So, Zidzai, what did you pack in your literal bag this time?
In my literal bag, there was cerevita.
Obviously.
Corn and banana.
That's the one you like? Yeah. That's your favorite?
Yeah.
I would say corn and chocolate. Any day. I would pick that any day. Then second is corn and wheat. Last is corn and banana. It's too sweet for me.
I like corn and banana. I can't even stand the sweetness of chocolate.
Oh, okay. That's why you don't like chocolate. Yeah. Okay, I get
That's why I don't like it. So I picked my corn and banana, cerevita, my mazoe.
Obviously.
Yes, raspberry,
blackberry,
soda, blackberry, orange crush. Like I had all 4.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Then vanilla Lobel's biscuits.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm actually salivating as she's talking about all this food.
With the blue packaging.
Yes.
Yes. Then a few lemon ones with the green package.
Yes.
For my husband.
Oh, he loves them. With tea on a good day, that's a perfect snack. For me, I packed obviously Revita and the juice and stuff, but for juice, I prefer Cascade. Especially the new one and the baobab one. Oh, for me, I can't leave that. And the chocolate coated biscuits. I don't like chocolate, but I like those. And maramba waraira, guys.
My husband was like, don't forget maramba waraira. Like, that was top of his list. Yes.
Yeah.
And Mahel buttermilk.
Oh, Mahel,
buttermilk was. Like I bought 2 cases.
Wow.
To just pick so that I can bring them. Then Maputi.
Yeah, Maputi.
Yes.
Maputi. Tell us in the comments what you guys carried from your countries. If you're from Zimbabwe, just tell us what you carried. If you're from Kenya, tell us what you carried.
Then I carried Bobo.
Obviously.
It's Palenta with the blue packaging. I carried that one. Like
a full pack.
The whole 10 kg.
Wow.
Trust me. I just had one monarch.
Okay.
Like one suitcase with clothes and all. Then for food, I have those
Shangani bags.
But
the ones that went to private school, the black ones with the brown handles. Yeah. Yes. Because they don't weigh anything.
Exactly. That's why I chose them. So I pegged in those. I think I had 2 of those pegged
to the brim. And you saran wrapped them. Yes.
And when you
and I also carry mofushwa a lot.
Small when you
saran wrap them. Yeah.
They become so small, those bags. They'll be easy to carry.
That's another tip. Loaded.
And the funny thing is, I didn't know about it, but scrolling through TikTok, there's a lady called Tariro. I admire her, trust me.
Really? She's the one who gave you that tip?
I saw her on one of her posts.
Doing that?
Saying, I came from Zim. Like she has been in different countries studying.
Oh, so she now
in a different country.
Okay.
So people said, let's see what she brought.
And she showed those bags.
The things she brought.
You were surprised. How did she carry all that?
She do this? So there was someone who asked, that's when she and I was like,
I'm getting that. They were actually a $1 before those bags, but now they're so expensive. I actually bought a few when I came this side. Yo, they're now about $5.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Is this the cost of living or what?
They're now expensive.
Yeah.
Especially the big ones. They're now expensive.
And just let me know, like the last time my husband came, we gave him that bag so that he could carry for us. No. Then the Emirates guys, they said this is a Shanghai bag, we don't allow it. He had to go and strand wrap it so that he could carry it. Yeah. There was a guy who actually said, "Oh, my brother, I bet this is your wife who said you should carry."
As long as you don't wrap it, they'll see it. But the trick is on wrapping.
Oh, okay. So tiny.
Yes.
And I hear that it has to have a base for them to allow it. So it's actually the technique also of packing. Okay.
I now even have the technique.
Wow.
So I packed those. Then in those in the suitcase. I made sure, me being a Madzmai.
Yes, Madzmai, tell us.
After putting all my clothes, and my garments was on top.
Wow.
I had to make sure that I can't leave this.
Yes, this is part of your spirituality.
I can leave everything else, but this.
Yeah, I actually carried my Bible as well.
White clothes.
Okay. Yeah.
I made sure
you brought it.
Yes.
Okay.
And what did you pack besides the Serevita, Maramba?
I brought my Bible, and my friend Tinai, she bought me a small notebook, and she said to me, "This is your war room." When I was going to SA. So when I came to Saudi, I also carried it with me. She was saying you write everything in there, your wins, and I actually went back at it and read through some of the things that I asked God for are in there, and it's an answered prayer. And it's every time I face a difficulty, I go back to it. I read through and see this is what I asked for, and I'm living through it. So everything that's not working in my favor is probably not meant for me anyways. Yeah. So those are the two things that I say. Whether I move anywhere else, I would always have them. Yeah. Even when I go back home, I carry my Bible, and I always have that notebook with me.
Oh, the other thing that I had, if you see my airport pictures, it's not me, because even my toddler had her own thing.
What?
A doll.
Oh.
We have that doll up to today.
She always carries it.
Even if we say we are going back to Zim, we go with it.
With the doll. Okay.
She's so attached
to that doll.
I was not even the one who bought that doll.
Really? Who bought it for her?
Tulani, the brother.
Oh, so sweet. Yeah. Shout out to you, Tulani.
That's the one who, a few days before we left Sim, he said, I went to his workplace and he said, go and give my young sister this.
Oh, so sweet.
She's so attached
to that doll. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about the emotional aspect of that bag, the metaphorical bag that she carried?
The emotional bag carried a lot.
Yes.
The fear.
Exactly. The fear of coming to the Middle East.
The fear of coming this side. The fear of, will I be able to do this with the baby alone? When I was in Zim, yes, I would spend most of the time with her. But I stayed with my aunts, my husband's sisters.
Your sisters in love?
Yes. My sisters in love and my other sister-in-law's daughter.
Okay.
Yes, in my Mzukuru.
Okay, in Shona, yes.
So I really had help, and my young sister would
always come.
The days we left, my young sister was there. So she would help me, all of them would help me with the baby.
Okay, you had a village, a literal village.
Yeah,
you know how people say.
I had my small village with me.
So now you are going to a foreign country.
Now it was just me, my husband, and the baby.
And it's your first time leaving Zim.
It's our first time leaving Zim. And considering it was 4 hours away from our parents. And now it's miles away. and we could see them more often when we go to church gatherings, when we go church trips, we would see them.
Now that you're away.
Now we are away. So those emotions, the fears, though I had hope that
you're going to a greener pasture.
Yes, I'm going to a greener pasture. And the way the opportunity came, I was like, no,
this is God's grace.
This is not me or my husband or anyone. It's God.
So
because
I have to follow.
We came the sign. It's like the way it all happened.
It was just falling in place.
Girl.
Yes.
Yeah. Like even if someone asked me, how did you end up in South? How did your husband end up in South? Trust me, what I can only say is God.
It was God's grace.
Used someone.
Oh, okay. In your favor.
In our favor. And I believe it's something that we have been praying for. But we're just like relaxing.
It's something, it's a far-fetched idea.
Yeah, when God says yes, we will see it happening. So when my husband left, trust me, he also carried that emotional bag because we cried. We will attach a picture there, guys. Because we are separating. No, we were crying like because I remember me and my husband doing 6 days fasting.
Wow.
We fasted for 6 days, saying, God, if this is
it, show us.
You see? So God showed us the signs.
Okay.
So we were now crying like,
it has happened.
This prayer was answered so
quickly.
And we were not even expecting it. What's going on? But we were grateful. We carried all those bags. All those bags, I brought all that. And trust me, I feel like the way I was sleeping when I got here is not because I want to sleep or I'm feeling sleepy.
Yeah, you're at peace.
No, not at peace.
What?
When I was in Zim, I was like, if someone offend me, for me to avoid
that confrontation,
confrontation and exchanging words and all, I would go and sleep. When I wake up, I'll be fine.
Okay. So here,
I
this
side,
I was
trying to hide
that emotion.
Inside.
So that emotional side was showing up. Yeah, in that way.
More like running away from the world.
Okay. Which is something that you can actually actively do this side because you don't even get out much. You know, you can spend the whole month just shutting yourself indoors. Yeah. But the world is passing you by.
Exactly.
Yeah, the more you sleep, you're just depressed all by yourself. I remember when I first, when I got married to my husband, I was so close to my mom. Like, I could just go there and see her. But now that I was living somewhere else with my husband and his siblings,
you can't go every day back to your house.
You can't. And he would leave and go to chill with his friends, right? Then I'd always say, bruh, I even came here for you. Why are you leaving? Then he was like, yes. And in my mind, I was in the back of my mind, I was like, bruh, why are you leaving your house? I even came. It's not even my house, but I'm here. What is making you leave?
The mother.
Yeah, what is making you leave? But then I figured out that at times as women, we are constantly fixated on being married and going there and not creating that. I always think of a Venn diagram, the ones that we learned at school. The Venn diagram has two sets. When these two sets meet, there's a part where your world and his world meet. But there's a part of the circle that doesn't intertwine with this circle. That circle for him had his friends. What is in my circle? I should also have my friends. So I made it a point that I would always go to lunch with my friend. It started in at Gava restaurant. We went to at Gava restaurant. We just had sadza and drinks, and that was it for me.
That was it. You really needed it.
I needed it because I was so fixated on now that I'm a married woman, I should stay here. But there's nothing for me to do there. My husband's sister. My sister-in-law, she would leave and go and see her friends. And the younger brother would leave and go and ask the one at home. And at times I would sulk But then I was like, what's stopping me from also
going out?
Exactly. When we come back home, trust me, the ambience is perfect. Everyone is happy, and we move on. Then after that, when I went to SA, I think I had that similar thing that I'm also fixated on wanting my husband to be with me at home, but he has a life to live. He has work to go to, and that's the other thing. When I moved there, my boss, shout out to him, Mr. Mpala, set me down like his own daughter, and he told me, Panashe, you're going there, but do you have a job? Then I said, no, but I want to go. Then he was like, why don't you wait until January? But my husband was like, if we are not moving together, we might as well not move at all. I'm like, do I leave? The first daughter in me was like, do I leave money going just because I want? Then I was like, no, I have to go. So when I met Chido, a friend of mine, she told me, I don't recommend it. You shouldn't have left your job. But to some extent, at that moment, depression to me was showing up in a manner that I was now attaching myself to my husband. Like it was showing up in those aspects that every Friday I would dread Friday. That is now leaving. But then when I made my own ecosystem, I made friends like Tino and Tracy would go and do our own business. Every weekend I would go to the city center, to the Joburg CBD. I would pack my stuff and send it to Zimbabwe with my business partners. After that, I would take Tino home, would go out and would have fun. Then we'll come back, we see my husband, we continue having fun. Then things started moving. Then even in aspects like, I even went for a vacation with my friend, with Chinaye, Spatisiwe and Chido. We had a vacation. People would ask, is that how a married woman acts? And I'm like, if my husband is okay with it, this is what's making this is what's making me be able to love this diaspora thing. Because my friend came, we went to Mozambique, then we went to Cape Town. My 3 friends are married, only one of us wasn't. Yes, but we had so much fun. My other friend even has kids, but she just wanted that.
Trust me, when you have kids, you really need
an outlet, I would say.
You really need it. You
to
really
be among people your own age.
To go and be you without
being mom.
Mama, I want this, Mama, this. You know, like I always tell you, I really need to go.
Yes, you do.
You know?
But then when I see her and how sweet she's always like, she's like, Mama B and Mama, I want to go. Like she treats herself as one of like our friend. Like we have to go with her everywhere. And when we go and we leave her, our hearts always go back to her. Okay, so what are we bringing her? Or like if we see something nice, this should love this.
So that's some of the things that you carried, and the whole. I'm sure there is hope also that when we move, our lives will change.
Exactly.
We'll be able even to invest back home.
Exactly.
Because as you move, it means your income also changes. So
that's the other thing that people don't talk about, that whenever you're considering a move, if the paycheck, probably you're getting 1,000 back home, now your paycheck says 5,000, but what does that 5,000 carry? Is that 5,000 just money? You know,
it has its own consequences.
It has its own baggage. It has its own. Okay, so now that you are getting 500, your responsibilities are now more than what you had, and that brings me to Saudi. In Saudi, you have to pay rent, like a year's rent. You don't pay per month, like what we used to do in SA or Zim. Even school fees, it's a yearly thing. So have you considered that when you make your move? When you come to the UAE, you can't eat pork, you can't drink. Have you also considered that?
Yes. I think in my case, about the food. I think it was okay with us about the food. Some of the things we started to know them when we got here about the real thing.
Same.
Things, you know, we knew about it when we got here.
Yes.
But the move was worth it.
Yes, yeah.
The move was worth it. But we got to know some of the things like,
is this really
when
it?
Comes to rent,
even like the cost of living is quite different. Yes, the people in the UAE have money, the people in Saudi have money, the people in Bahrain have money, but how much is a loaf of bread here, or a loaf of bread in South Africa, or a loaf of bread in Zim?
The challenge, I think, starts when you try to
convert
send money
back home
to Zim specifically. With the way the economy of Zim is, when you try to send money, you see
it's nothing.
But when you are here,
it's a lot of money, and you've worked for it. Trust me,
you achieve a lot, even if it's not that much. When you try to send it home, it will still achieve something back home.
It will make a difference. It will
really make a difference compared to if you were still in Zim.
Let's talk about the cultural part of it. Like, you know how when people move, since you have your toddler, what have you instilled in her to make sure that her Zimbabwean roots are not meshed up or forgotten? Because as it stands, she still says Mam Kase, Mama P. She still tries to. We actually speak in Shona with her. Yeah, how are you going to continue to foster that in her?
Well, I would say I've been trying, but I think since she started going to school, it's becoming difficult. Because at school she's learning Arabic, English, you know. Then at home I'm trying to speak with her in Shona. When we relocated to Saudi, you know, the Cocomelon, what really helped her with her English.
Yeah, she's so eloquent.
Really helped her. So we came this side, and she was at a stage where she would also speak in English. But when we came this side, right? When we were in Zim, for instance, we would have visitors. And she would know at that age, when she was 2, when someone comes, you kneel down and say Makadi.
Yes.
She knew.
She knew all
Even
that.
when someone calls you, say hello, Makadi go. That was
her.
Like her first word. Even when she meets you in town, when we are with her, that's
say Makadi. Okay.
Like I had tried to
foster that into her.
That into her. So when we came, she would say Makadi. And trust me, the Zim community were
impressed.
Yeah.
Because I've visited a few homes where you'd find someone who's probably 15, 16, and they don't it's like you're some piece of furniture in the house. They don't even in English, just say hi, you know. They don't, which is something that it's achisichirungu. It's our culture. We are people with manners. Always say hi.
Yes.
How do you go to in the working environment and not greet people?
Exactly. So she would say Makadi and people would, wow.
Surprised,
But then with time, because no one now visits us
as often
it was
in Zim, and she's used to me coming to her house every day.
Anyway, we don't visit anyone more often like we used to when we were in Zim. Because when we were in Zim, we would make sure maybe after every 2 weeks
you go to your mom's house.
Yes.
Yeah. You go back to your parents' house.
Then we would go to our friend's house. You know, we had a business, but we were doing it in Melbourne.
Okay.
So we would go
also visit those guys
like almost every day. But when we got there, she would say Magadi. Even if she saw them today,
tomorrow she would say Magadi. Because that was her word. That's so sweet.
So she would know. Even my tabas, she would say it. Even when we got here, my tabasa. When you give her something,
she would thank you for it.
But now,
how are you raising
these kids?
Yeah, third generation, third culture kids.
Because we are trying, but now.
But I have a cousin. he was born in South Africa. He actually visited Zim for the second time just last year in December. But he would know when he's speaking to me, he would speak in Shona. He would know that if I'm speaking to Panache, I'll speak in Shona. If I'm speaking to my guru, I'll speak in Shona. Then this one time, he was so small that time. Then I saw him outside with Malume. Malume is like an uncle in South Africa. And he was speaking fluent Swati. And I didn't know he could speak fluent Swati. And I was like, Ranga, what are you doing? Then he was like, I'm talking to Malume. And I asked her, Mama, do you speak Swati? Then she was like, no, I speak. I actually speak Shona with him. But up to now, he knows Shona. He doesn't know how to write it. But my mom always makes sure. So I think it's your choice as a parent what you would want your child to foster. And I've seen a lot of studies saying if you know your mother tongue, you are able to speak another language, especially English, more eloquently than you would if you don't have like a basis of a language. I learned Portuguese when I was in first year. And our teacher would always say, whenever you want to speak Portuguese, think in Shona. She said, if you think in English, I'll know, because you speak broken Portuguese. So that's what I always instill in people, that it's not this Western culture that you're saying your kid doesn't know Shona. It's not on trend, as would want to say. But it's if you foster your mother tongue in your child, it's not a failure, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Like you're saying for Ranga, that he knows Shona.
He does.
And he knows that when I'm with Panache, I have to speak in Shona. I see it when we are sending voice notes to our parents.
Yes.
When we say record for Gogo, record for Sekuru, should say yes, Gogo. But say
because in Shona.
In Shona.
Okay.
They laugh at her
accent now. But at least she's trying.
She knows, Kuti. I have to say
this.
Shona. In Shona. Shona is still there, but I feel like it's fading. In as much as I try to speak with her in Shona, she'll answer me in English.
But at least she's understanding it.
She will answer me in English. Then considering the Arabic
aspect, But that's the funny thing. Whenever she's doing her homework, I've noticed she actually does her Arabic on her own. She does. She knows it. She's the one who knows it.
And she's just 4, guys. She's the one who knows the Arabic. I don't know it.
Yeah, she takes her homework book. She writes her Arabic. If you get there and she has other homework, you help her with the other homework. She'll actually say, I want to do Arabic. And she'll take her book, go on her table, and do her stuff.
I think she knows. I can't
speak it, but
Arabic.
She does. She likes.
There's this day that she came back and she started saying, Mafi mushkila. And I'm like, what? I had to wait for the day to come back and ask,
what is she saying? Oh, okay. At least they have a way to interact with people who speak Arabic.
Exactly.
So probably they're going to learn it faster than some of us.
And I think I give myself 5 thumbs up there. First days, I used to ignore
the Arabic homework.
But then I was like, no,
you're taking it away from her.
If I don't put an effort to
at least help her.
Exactly, help her. And it seems it's working, because even if you say do the alphabet in Arabic, she does.
She does it, even if you don't get it.
She does, but I don't get it. But at least it's something. Even the teacher said,
you're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Even in Arabic, she knows. Like when she's texted and said her grades are slightly going down. You are no longer serious, Mama Gepi. And I was like, I'm no longer serious. What do you mean?
I'm paying you to teach her.
What do you mean? I'm no longer serious. But trust me, I had lagged a bit because I was like, I'm not the teacher. I'm paying a lot of money. But she told me, you're slacking. because she's the youngest in the class, but she has been doing a great job.
So,
thumbs
up to you.
When we started, when I started to help her again,
then her grades went up again.
Her grades went up again.
Okay.
But I think I still had that fear in my bag.
Yeah.
It was still there.
That inadequate, that will I be able to do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know that thing, Chikuti, isusu hatina mwana njairirwa. You get it? Hatina mwana njairirwa.
Exactly.
She came once and said, Mama, someone is bullying me. And I was like,
what do you mean?
What do you mean? The father was staying there, was sitting there. What do you mean? Go and
fight back.
Fight for yourself.
Guys, not that we are saying people should bully each other, but you should stand up for yourself.
We were just trying to
create her independence,
to stand up for herself. We will not be there forever, and we don't go to school with her.
Exactly.
Just
even though she's the youngest, she has
try to stand up for yourself. Don't do that to me. I don't like it. You see, because maybe Saudi is not the bus stop for us.
Exactly.
You know, we'll go in another land. Will she be able to, or maybe she's the one who will move?
Yes.
We are not there.
Yeah.
Will she be able to
stand up for herself
in a foreign land? Because when you relocate, you face a lot of things.
Yes, you face a lot of challenges.
Yes. And considering she's small,
she's tiny.
No one will stand up for you if you don't stand up for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so in regards to the depression part, let's really zoom in on that. You know how back home, it's taboo actually in African cultures to talk about mental health. Mental health in the diaspora, guys, is real.
Because teti chiti chakapfukidza dzimba
matenga
haufukure hapwa hautaure nyaya dzako.
Exactly. And people don't show that, like we said in our first episode, people don't show the bad part of this diaspora life on social media, because social media is for vibes and likes, but we are here to actually show the other part of it, that it's not everywhere that you're going to go that you're going to be successful, because there are people who came to Saudi best believe and went back home, not because they were they were facing different challenges, but they were unable to withstand maybe the culture, maybe not drinking, that type of thing. So I would like to ask if you have any way that you dealt with depression, or if you faced it at some point.
I think now that we are talking about it, I think I have. I would say I have.
You've experienced it, but you didn't know that you were facing it.
Like what I have mentioned before.
The sleeping.
I don't think it was normal. It wasn't. I don't think it was normal. Because one time I remember, I just looked at myself.
Why?
I cried. I was like, why are you
crying?
I didn't even have a reason for crying. But I just looked at him and I started crying. Why? You
were just letting out.
That feels like you have a heavy heart.
And you're just letting it out.
And guys, up to today, I don't even know why And up to today, even if you ask me why I was crying, I don't even know, girl.
You don't know.
I don't even know. But I think after all that we said, and I think I can just say, yes, I suffered depression. Considering the sleeping that I've mentioned before, that I was always sleeping, I feel it was my coping mechanism that I have to run away from the world and just sleep.
And curl up in a blanket and sleep.
Yes. So, yeah, I think I suffered depression, and I think it got worse considering the situation that I have left home, like from my family side. So you imagine receiving texts every day, yet you don't even have any help.
Yeah, in being the firstborn daughter, and that thought that you just want to do something.
Yet at that point you're not even able to do something.
Yeah.
So I think it also contributed to the depression of relocating, the issues, and I already had the baggage that I have brought from home, unresolved issues, you know. So I think it has been mounting and mounting. Then one day I just
burst.
Yes, and I started crying. Why are you crying? I didn't even answer. And up to today, I don't even know why I was crying. But guys, I cried, I cried, I cried. Whatever that means. But guys, I cried. And now that we are talking about it, I really feel like, yeah, at that point, I was gone. I was gone in those four walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a difficult time. What about you?
I wouldn't say it was more of a depressive moment, but it was just not that moment that you just don't feel good. And you question if this was the best move for you.
Okay.
Yeah, as I mentioned, when I was in SA, I just thought it was plug and play. I was just going to go there, get my job, but it wasn't the case. So I guess in that moment, I felt that. But what put me through, I'd say, was going back to my Bible, that war room notebook of mine, and actually going out to see family. I had family close by. It was just an Uber away. I would go see my uncle. I'd see her daughter, his daughters. Then I would see my aunts. I would go to visit my aunts often. My mom would come sometimes to visit, even my brother. Yeah. So those are some of the coping mechanisms. What else do you think that you should have brought with you, maybe in your bag? The physical one and the emotional one as well.
For on the emotional side, I'll say maybe self-love. I think I needed strength. I really did. Like, I really needed to be strong at that point. Yes. Strong for myself and strong for those who are back home.
Yeah, those you left behind.
You know how they brought us up that when you're first born, you don't show any weakness.
You don't show emotion.
So you should be strong for everyone. Yet you are dying inside.
And behind closed doors, you are crumbling.
Exactly.
And probably crying yourself to sleep and all that.
Exactly. Then, I think strength, self-love, because at some point I noticed I no longer love myself. Yeah, because I feel like the fact that you end up blaming yourself too much. You no longer love yourself. Because at times it's not even your fault, but you just feel like
I should have been better. I should have done better.
Yes. But yeah, so I think that then the physical part, I think I should have brought what? My portrait.
To make your home feel like
my portrait.
Your house feel like a home.
Yes. Then I think what else should I have brought? More maputi.
Yeah. Maputi to last you a lifetime.
Yes, more maputi and mealie meal. Not that the one we have this side is that bad.
Yeah.
But and Gio.
Yeah.
I should have brought a lot of Gio because for my porridge. Yes. For my porridge. I love Gio porridge, guys. So yeah, Gio, even in Sada we can mix with the mealie meal inside. It makes it better. Yeah, so I think that's it. And the other thing I think which is so much important, I think I needed a stronger spiritual life. Yes. Because the moment you are always sleeping, you no longer have time to
pray. Yeah.
Because you're spending the whole day sleeping. Just wake up, eat, sleep, bath, sleep. So up to now, I think it's something that I will always put in my bag. No matter what. And it's still a work in progress. Yes.
Yeah.
On my side?
On my side, I think the physical bag. I think I should have brought more hair pieces, I think. And you know, when you're here, it's very expensive to get your hair done. That's why now I end up doing my own hair, doing my own nails. So I probably needed more hair pieces and less clothes and carried more food.
And I think we both needed to bring that skill, hairdressing, nail tech skills, just having
an appreciation of
an appreciation of it. Yes, I came from Zim doing my daughter's hair, but I was still learning.
Oh, you learned it. I'm actually good at doing hair, but not that.
Still learning.
I did my own hair now.
And my nails. You did my hair.
Yeah, I did my hair and the nails.
So yeah, she's good at it.
Yeah, maybe I should just have brought more hair pieces. It would have been a nice side hustle actually, because they get paid here for that.
True. Yeah, true. So yeah.
And what else should I have brought? I think for the physical aspect, that's the actual bag. Then that's the stuff. But for my metaphorical or emotional bag, I think I should have just brought more resilience to, you know, not give up. And I'm glad at least I have a support system around me. So that's actually something I applaud myself for, that I make sure I have that support system. And I think if I had come here and you weren't there, and the other Zim ladies weren't there, I probably would have gone back to that rant that I was mentioning earlier when I was in SA, of just not feeling it and not having friends, not going out, just expecting my husband to be there every day. So
yeah, true. The Zim ladies really are doing a great job, because when you are new and you come, they
show up for you.
They show up for you even if you
need help,
you need your appearance. Yes, they really show up for you. They're always there. Yes, so shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. Which also brings that African proverb, like rumbe exactly.
Yes. You can't do everything.
You need a community around you. Yeah, I remember that there was a lady who also mentioned that she also used to cry, you know, like during the first days when she
one
came.
of the Zim ladies mentioned it.
And she also mentioned that because it was so strict then, she found herself just being indoors all the time. So you should also look at that other aspect of wherever you're going. Are you going to take care, besides taking care of the monetary side of it? How's your emotion and the social part of it? How is it going? Are you going to cope? Yeah.
Because trust me, guys, if you don't manage all that, and if you don't take note of that very well, diaspora will not be good for you. We have people we have left.
Yeah, because
going back home.
Yeah.
Just
I think we're going to do an episode about that, about what might, like going back home. How would it be for you to just go back home? Yeah. Or maybe something happens here. What are you going to go back home to?
You know? Yes.
Which is something that we really have to think about. When you pick up your bag, have a plan written out. Yeah, if you have something written out, make sure you build something back home, because wherever you're going, it's not your home.
And when you leave, like you packed your bags coming, you have to pack
and
go
back.
And you have to reflect on what you have brought back home. Yes, so you should be able to say, oh, I did this.
I did that. You have something to show for it. In that regard, what are you going to put in your bag going forward, and what are you going to leave totally, like out of the bag, be it the emotional bag or the physical bag?
The physical bag,
my must-have, I think, is my Bible and resilience.
The War Room notebook.
Yeah, notebook. And the resilience and hope. Then obviously, because we are flawed people, the fear, I'll not leave it for me, because without fear you won't realize that there are some things that you might go through out there. Then you just say, you know what, I'm not going to leave, but you might get into a situation where you could even die. So I think the fear for me, I would say leave it. Then one thing that I would permanently take out of my bag would be like that imposter syndrome, like not feeling like I belong.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you've gone there, you've gotten the opportunity to go there. It's no mistake that you're there. Yeah. So
it's written in your life story that you should go there.
Yeah,
yes, in your destiny. Yeah, true. And on my side, I think putting myself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. The self-love. I'm not leaving that, guys.
Yeah.
Because it was gone. Trust me on that one. Yes. It took a lot of people to bring it back. Yes. So for that, and being able to stand up for myself. I'll put that in my bag.
Everywhere you go. Yeah.
Yes, everywhere I go, I'll take it
with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Being able to stand up for myself, because some people assume that because maybe you're younger than them,
or maybe because of your gender,
or because you're short.
Yeah, some of us are very short, guys.
Yeah, because of your stature, they now say, I can do whatever I want.
I remember when I went to India with my mom, there was a guy who was sitting in our seat. Then I actually said, excuse me, you're in my seat. And the majority of the men just stared at me like, how dare you? And I'm like, how dare you sit in my seat? Can't you read? Yeah. Move.
Exactly.
I even paid, like some airlines make you pay extra for the window seat. What if I paid for it?
Yeah,
and you are busy in my seat.
Exactly.
Move.
And you don't even know the reason why I chose it, considering I'm taking my mom for
she actually had oxygen that she wanted on that seat, and he was on our seat. I'm like, I'm non-negotiable.
You did well. You were able to stand up for yourself in a foreign land.
Yes.
And they were shocked, like, this small girl, why?
Yeah, and when, like, my recent flight, when I came back here, I think it was during Ramadan as well. So there are a lot of pilgrims that were coming this side. Then there was he was an older guy, or maybe as old as my granddad, right? Then I actually said, hi, you're in my seat. Again, he was in my seat. Then he was with his son. The son actually went to a different seat because I just said I want to sit in my seat. But it was enough for the three of us. There were three seats, and he was supposed to have the middle seat and his son on the other side. Yeah, but he left. And I said, well, good for me. More space for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, standing up for yourself. And it's not only for me, even for you guys out there. You should stand up for yourself. I used to before, but because in the process I
just lost
a piece of myself, it started to come back now, because that's why I'm saying it's one thing that I'll put in my bag, and I will go with it wherever I go. Yes. I should be able to stand up for myself. And not only for myself. If I see a sister, a brother
going through something,
something, I should be there to stand up for them.
Help.
No, yes, because some people might take him or her for granted, because he's just alone. There's no support. Yes. So I think.
Are there any misconceptions that you faced, like being here in Saudi or anywhere else you've been? Misconceptions about you or being back home?
People are thinking that my daughter is not my daughter.
Yeah, I remember we went to this restaurant. It was an Indian restaurant close by. We actually walked there on our evening walks. Then the guy, the chef, he was sending hearts to her, and her being her, the toddler,
she started
sending back the hearts, and I was like, I want to show your dad. Then she was like, no, I'm not the one. He's the one who started. And in his mind, the chef, he probably thought we were
the kids,
kadama,
nannies,
because she's so light, and none of us is as light as she is.
Even the ladies from the Zim Comjo always says, is this really a child?
Yeah.
I'm light inside.
Like the recessive gene showed up. Yeah.
I think that. Then what else?
Yeah, that obviously always saying Zim is like a city in South Africa.
Yes,
that was
yes. And
them not knowing it at all.
Some ladies decide, I think not ladies only, thinking that this is our natural hair.
Yeah.
Not an extension.
I remember that small kid who wanted to touch our hair. Like she was so amused.
So then the other thing, someone just commented. Like yesterday. A friend of ours, okay, he's now our friend.
Yeah.
He commented that that's the first day when we introduced ourselves to him.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm Panache. And I said, I'm Design. She said, do you have English names?
Yeah.
Then Panache said, yes.
I do. Yeah.
And me, being me.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Yeah. He mentioned
like,
you have an exotic name.
Exotic. A true African.
Yeah.
And at times, some Uber guys who might ask me, did I have... What does it mean?
Yeah.
And when you say learn more, they're like, what
do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah. So even yesterday when we got into the Uber, the guy couldn't pronounce it, so he just said DZ.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then there's a place called DZ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then the other things like, do you have lions in your backyard?
Yeah, like
in elephants and no, guys. In Africa, we don't have that. We actually go to national parks
to see them. Yeah.
Yes.
And our cities are slowly but surely getting there.
Yes.
They are very nice cities out there in Africa.
Yes. Yeah. And Africa is really nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I love the weather. It makes you appreciate home when you're out here.
Yes.
I bet people in the UK, in Canada, you miss home. You miss Mushana when you're out there in winter.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think so. Those are the misconceptions.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, I think
that sums up the misconceptions.
That's the misconceptions. Then what else?
Okay, so what are some of the cultural values you'd say maybe African expats are losing along the way when they move?
Like we mentioned before.
The language.
The language.
And greetings,
The language, especially all the kids we are raising in the diaspora.
The third culture kids,
We are not...
we are gentle parenting,
No, gentle parenting doesn't mean losing our values. Because after all you've been said and done, we are Africans.
Yeah, but with this gentle parenting thing comes that thing that you can't reprimand your child when they do the wrong thing. Our moms, when they look at you, you'd act right. You'd know that I did something.
And now they'll ask you, why are you looking at me
like that? Yeah.
Or they will say, don't say that. Don't say that,
Mama.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that's all has been said and done. Just have to keep our culture. Yes, it might be difficult or hard to instill in them, but we just have to try.
Yeah, try your level best to...
Because trust me, we have things that our mothers used to say to us, used to tell us as we grew up.
And now
we did not listen, but we are using them now.
Yeah.
So even if you tell them, and they will not
use
act
it
like
then.
they don't listen and they will not use it then. In future,
they might use it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like we are not God plans. And we don't know what his
plan is going to be. Yeah.
So we might wake up and we are not there. And that kid has to go back to Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Who will even live with someone who doesn't listen. Yeah.
Exactly. Who doesn't even know the basic greetings.
Yeah. Even in the working environment.
Exactly.
How can you hire someone who's not eloquent enough to say hi?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's teach these kids the basics.
Yeah.
Greet someone when you see them.
it doesn't necessarily have to be
someone you know.
Yeah, or even using Shona, like the right word, the right Shona word, the right African language word, but just saying hi, you know.
Exactly. Just saying hi. It's enough like that.
And just like acknowledging that someone new has walked into the room.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think, teaching the kids that.
Yeah.
And like saying thank you. Everyone should know. When you're given something or someone does something for you, you say thank you.
Just say thank you. Yeah.
We can't say he or she doesn't know how to say thank you. No.
And it's not on trend, guys.
And
just
you find the mom is so proud that the kid doesn't know how to say.
We will be giving each other side eyes. Like, can you see that? We'll talk about it later.
We are not saying we are good parents. No.
We are perfect. Yeah.
No, guys. But these are the things that we have noticed so far. Yes. So if you have anything that you think these kids need to be taught, or they're not really taking their culture very seriously, or the parents, obviously, you can comment. Yeah, so I think, that's it. Then what I should lose, or what I lost along the way.
I would say for me, the people-pleasing aspect of being an African wife. Yeah, I've ceased to do that.
Because you can't please us, Makoti.
Yeah, I can't do what everyone wants. I can't be the perfect Makoti. There's no
as
such
a
thing.
human being, you can't please everyone. You do what
I just try my best.
And try your best. No one is perfect. Honestly, no one is perfect.
I think if I was back home, if I hadn't moved maybe to SA or come this side, I wouldn't have appreciated how much me going to my vacations with my friends, or me going to Mozambique with my single friend, would have been on the horizon. Because probably someone in Zim would have said, really, they would have raised their eyebrows like, what? You're going out with your single friend, just the two of you? But I'm blessed that at least I have a partner who understands that I need that, and that's what makes me happy. And that's what makes our Venn diagram work.
Then what I lost along the way. People pleasing, like you're saying.
Yeah, people pleasing.
Like, not in a bad way, guys. Not in a bad way, guys. Don't come for me. But I stopped trying to please people, considering I'm not loving myself again. I'm not putting myself first. Yeah. And I no longer listen to what people say. I used to. And as an African, you have to. As long as they're elders.
Don't approve. You have to.
So, and along the way,
you lose parts of yourself.
Just trying to impress people.
And please them. We wouldn't have started this podcast.
And in our culture, you know, in Zim, in the Shona culture, I don't know if it's only in Zim. You have to, the hierarchy issues in families. You have to tell the young brother tells the next brother, the next brother. It's something that I say, is this really necessary? Yes, it's culture, but is this really necessary? So at times I've just go straight to the person who I want to talk to.
And
I was not like that before, but there are certain things that I had, but why do we really do this? So I think it's one thing that I lost along the way, but I didn't lose saying Makadi.
True. That's something that you shouldn't lose. Makadi, or
I did not, considering guys don't come for me. Considering that, I realized this side when I came, just hi, and we call each other with names. And to me, it's difficult to call someone who is very, very old.
Who's way older than you. by their first name.
By their first name. But this side, they're okay. To me, it's very difficult. We would say hi and sit down, and we would talk nice. Then I'll say Makadi, and they're like, huh?
It's we are not past that.
We're past that.
Yeah.
But it's something that is instilled in me. Yeah. So yeah, I think that.
Yeah, then I think for me, I always like to go back home. Like, I don't like to stay out there for so long. So, like last year, I even went back home to them, and I went to see my family. And I went to see my uncle. He always calls me Tsuro. You know that Tsuro and Gudo story, the Zimbabwean story folktale. Yeah, he'd always say, Tsuro, you should come back.
So rabbit.
Yeah, the moment
she is rabbit.
The moment I come back, he's always asking me, when are you coming back? Oh, that would be a very long time. You should come back soon. And going back home gives you that assurance that you have people back home rooting for you, and you actually see the progress that other people you left home are making.
To motivate you.
Yeah, to want to do better and want to, build something back home. Actually, we did memorial for my great grandma. She passed when she was, I think, around 90 something.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was so young, but you should always have sweets and stuff in our pockets. So we wore these lihiyas. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way. My Amaswati, you can correct me in the comment section. She always had pockets for some reason on her
to
clothes.
Put the sweets.
Yeah, so I did this in memory of her. I also saw this lady on Instagram who was saying, if you wear people like a cultural garment or belonging to someone else's culture, at least do the bare minimum to search and
how
actually
to wear it.
Yes, we probably didn't wear it in the right way. I'll put a picture of my mom's wearing them. Again. But then it's the love behind it. She probably didn't tell us that side of how Swati she was, but she was from a Swati descent. And I just thought, you know what, it would be better for me to make something out of it. And Afrolaxa, they did the best.
You're looking good.
I know, right? I know, right? Buga, they say in Swati, Buga Kutsi Katsi. Buga Katsi. Buga Kutsi Nimhle kanje.
Okay.
Like,
meaning,
look how beautiful I look.
Oh, wow.
Tap their feet, guys. Tap their feet. Afrolax did the thing.
Yeah, it really did. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I must applaud you and your family for doing it, considering she is no longer there.
Yeah.
But we
just wanted to honor her.
Yes,
and
you honored her. And considering she was not like Zimbabwean,
she wasn't,
but you did it in tribe.
In her tribal, like,
yes,
you just
really
wanted to honor her.
That was a good thing, and I'm sure wherever she is,
she smiled down on us.
She smiled down on you guys. You really did well. Yeah, it's some of the things that we should take,
to instill
take into consideration. Yes,
the African aspect of us, guys.
Yeah, because when we grew up, there was like Mabira, Kuroma, but these days, about unveiling,
and
you really hear those deep Shona.
Probably you don't agree with like the majority of the things they're doing, but it's part of our culture. Just show up and be there, I really saw the other side, because they actually did a mass for her. She was Catholic as well, so they did a mass. We wore our lihiyas, we sang, we drank. It was a good thing. It was a good event, and we honored her in a way that we knew. And we did it on her compound. So it's something that was very nice.
Because in as much as we are Christians, as much as we now say we are baptized,
yeah.
that traditional element.
It has to be there.
Our roots are always
with us.
Yes. We might not, as a Christian, maybe don't. For example, me, as a white garment follower, yes,
yeah.
I can't do bira and kubikadoro and all. It's not like being there is like a taboo or something. I can be there.
You can show up.
And I'll just watch them.
Yes, they do it.
I'm there. Just being there. But then the problem with us. I don't come for me. Oh.
Yeah. With us.
We then think that because I now follow a certain religion, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yet
you can't
all
be there.
About our roots.
The shared roots.
Yes, how our kids know. Like now, I can just ask. That's how they end up marrying relatives. Because we rarely interact with our cousins.
Yeah.
Now it's
and
rare.
Sleep in the dining room.
Our daughters'
on the
cousins
floor.
are now our friends' kids.
Yeah.
But is it our culture? No, it's not.
But I guess distance and this globalization thing.
Distance and all. But once in a while, family reunions.
They are crucial.
They are very important. Yes.
Go back home for Christmas, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. If money permits, if time permits, go back home. Maybe in the event that maybe going back home is something that is going to rob you of your
pockets.
Maybe not your pocket, like your mental health. Then we might say no, but then
guys, mental health is very important.
Protect your mental health and your aura. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for showing love and support, and we hope from here forth you're going to be picking the right bag and going with the right things back back home. And thank you so much for sharing and liking. We hope you do the same with this episode. This was something that was really close to our hearts. We shared our personal experiences and
guys, like she said, like, share, and subscribe, and don't hesitate to share with us
your stories.
You can DM us because we know you have stories. And don't let depression and everything, fear
get to
you. We are home. You are home with us, and we are your home. We are trying to create a community,
a safe space.
Yes.
For all Africans.
Exactly. So we are there for you guys, and we can even link you up with someone
who's close to your area.
Yes, so don't hesitate, guys,
to reach out. DM us on Insta, TikTok.
Don't hesitate to move again. Because guys.
Yes, you learn a lot.
You learn a lot by moving.
Yes.
By going to a new place, learning new things. So don't hesitate to move. Yes, you might be afraid. But guys, we are here. We are scared as well. But
we are thriving.
Yes. We are just a phone call away, a DM away, guys. We can help you through it.
Just comment down below if you have any pointers, any tips, anything that resonated with you in this episode. Don't forget to do the mandatory flags where you're listening from and where you're from.
And if you think there are things that we should talk about in our next episode, you can
put them down below as well
in the comment section. So that's it, guys. Don't lose your roots.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching.
Bye.